to the Outreach Meeting of the Confidential Computing Consortium for today, January 24, 2024. So, as everybody here knows, the Confidential Computing Consortium is a community focused on open source license projects securing data in use and accelerating the adoption of confidential computing through open collaboration. Every member is welcome. Every project meeting our criteria is welcome. We are a transparent, collaborative community, and we, as members, contributors, and leaders, pledge to make participation in our community a harassment-free experience for everyone. We do have an antitrust policy in place from the Linux Foundation. Right, so the Linux Foundation meetings, such as this one, involve participation by industry competitors. So it's the intention of the LF to conduct all of its activities in accordance with applicable antitrust and competition laws. So it's extremely important that attendees adhere to the meeting agendas and be aware of and participate in activities that are prohibited under the applicable US laws. And with that, this is the agenda we have today. So first, we should go through the approval of minutes. I think this is approved, but anyway, it's a section in the agenda. We have a discussion about time zones for this meeting. We hopefully will have SIG updates. So we have 4.6 as Kate presented in previous outreach meeting. We have, created 4.6 to focus on specific areas that are important to the outreach committee. So we expect to have updates from each of the 6 in every meeting that we have. And I have a request from Kate for the newsletter, the CCC newsletter. Kate is, of course, the chair of the outreach committee, so I'm placing her today here, acting as a backup because she had conflict. Hopefully I can do this, good enough. Because I know I will never be as good as her.
You'll be brilliant, Emma.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so let's see if we have a quorum. This would be a little bit difficult for me, but well, we have Mark. So I saw Mark here. Do we have anyone from Meta? See anyone from Meta? Anyone from Google? I don't see Marcus as well. I don't see anyone from Huawei. Do we have Mike? Nope.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, yes, Paul is here. Yes, just found you. Thank you. Emily from Red Hat.
We do have Yash. We have Yash from Red Hat.
Oh,
Yash, are you able to act as an alternate?
Oh, sorry, folks. I'm from Canonical.
Oh, sorry, wrong Yash. Sorry, I was thinking of a different person.
Yash.
I do apologize. Yes. Yeah, sorry. You probably shouldn't act as an alternate for Red Hat. That would be a bad plan.
Yeah.
I do apologize.
So we have only ARM and Microsoft, right? So we do not have a quorum for this meeting. Yeah. So approval of outreach minutes. So this is the link for the meeting minutes for the last outreach meeting that we had in January 10. I think this has been approved already through email.
If this is the last one, then we can't. Was this 2 weeks ago? Yeah, we can't approve this because we're not quorate. We don't have enough people.
Right. Yeah.
We have to put it off till next week.
Yeah, okay, we can do that, definitely. I think
Next
that
time.
at least for the outreach meeting, if there is no quorum, the minutes are automatically approved.
I think you may be right. Yes, sorry. I think
yes,
sorry.
because that's what happened last year, I think. But anyway, let's left this for next meeting, right? Ryan or Ben or anyone from there will be here so they can instruct us better.
Yeah, that was what we decided last year.
Okay, so
someone's
they
paying
are
attention.
approved, right? Yes, thank you very much. So the meetings are then approved as we don't have a quorum. Thank you very much. Yes, this is a topic that appeared in the mailing list, in the tech mailing list, if I recall correctly, right? Whether we could have meetings that could be easy to attend from folks in the APAC time zone specifically. The meetings that we have today, both for the tech and the outreach committee, are friendly to the US and Europe time zones, but not necessarily friendly for folks that are willing to participate and that are located in the APAC time zone. I think there was as well some mails going through the outreach mailing list about that. And the proposal that we have right now is just to follow the same thing that was decided in the deck, which means that every fourth meeting will be held in an APAC-friendly time zone. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah, so let me just give a bit of further information, if I may, Leonardo, which is that this has been we certainly felt we should be doing, and secondly, a specific request from a number of our Asia Pac based colleagues who we want to be encouraging to get more involved because there's a lot going on there. So Sal has created is doing a survey of TAC members to find out what is the preferred time that would work, which is the fourth meeting. And obviously there are other options. You know, we could make it every other meeting at some point, but at the moment, at least having the fourth meeting would help. Sal, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, so we're trying to coordinate the times. It does look like there's right now pretty much a split in the votes between currently for the TAC, the current meeting time, and for the APAC time. So it's like 7 to 10. So we have to support both of those for sure.
Good. So I think there's a question, which is, do we go by the mood of the TAC, or do we need to have a separate vote here? And I suspect that we're going by the mood of the TAC should allow us to do the same, as long as everyone here is happy. We of course won't impose it. We'll say, well, this is what the TAC has come up with. But at least there's quite a lot of people voting there, right, Sal? Yeah, so that may be the easiest way of doing it.
Yeah, we got 20 responses in 24 hours, so it's a quick way to get back.
Very
good. That's good. Nice.
Hey, Mike, can I add something? First,
Please.
I want to ask, how many people do we have in APAC?
That's a difficult question because we have a number of people who are based in APAC, and there is they don't often participate, and we want to have them participate more. So we have TikTok, we have Huawei, we have Ant, we have and a number of people who are joining as members at the moment, and I can't give their names, but we have more people. There are also people for people like Intel or SUSE, for instance, who I know are based in Asia Pac and would like to be participating on occasion, although their HQ is not in Asia Pac. So there's kind of three sets of people: existing members in Asia Pac, soon to be members in Asia Pac, and people who are based in Asia Pac but not their HQ. Does that help?
Yeah, that helps, Mike. Because TikTok, because I represent TikTok, our people that are going to be participating all are located in Pacific time zone. So when I looked at survey, none of them looked very Pacific time zone friendly. That's why I was going to ask.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. Where are you based, Vinny? I'm
in San Jose, California.
Okay, yeah. So I think that the three meetings should be okay for you, hopefully. There's the fourth one, which may not be so friendly. I'm sorry about that. We're doing our best to try and meet as many people as possible.
Yeah. So I mean, this one is still early, but it's okay. Other times were like 7 a.m. or 12 a.m. at night. So it did not look very friendly, to be honest. And I
get it.
Yeah. But anyway, I won't take much time, but I wanted to add.
No, this is exactly why we're having these conversations, to get people's views. I'm really happy to have people's views. And so it's Leonardo's meeting. I'll let him talk. But this is
No, that's okay. That's okay. Thank you very much, Mike. And I mean, I think that we have. I mean, one of the objectives that the talk asked us, to do this year and last year as well, was to increase CCC presence in APAC, right? So even though, I mean, having a meeting in an APAC friendly time zone, I think can increase our chances to have folks from there participating. Because I mean, before becoming members, right, they might be interested to see what we are discussing and what we're talking about. And again, I mean, nothing block us from changing the proposal here in the future, right? So I think it's just an initial proposal. We will analyze how the attendance goes, and if needed, we can adjust in the future. I mean, if we have too many folks from APAC attending, that's great. Let's have more meetings in a friendly time zone for them. And well, if not, let's see what we do. Hopefully, we will have lots of folks from there. Mike, do you have another comment?
No, I haven't put my hand down. Sorry.
Okay.
Sal has a comment, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it is. So especially when we're going to have switching time zones, then at least for this meeting, I want to make sure that the chain of information is always maintained for that sync. One of the things that's a little bit challenging for this is that oftentimes people are attending these meetings for sort of tacit information and for questions, not just for voting and deliverables, which will improve over time. But on the days where it is unfriendly to a specific time zone, we should offer at least a 30-minute touch point or so, which is not representative of the meeting, but allows those representatives to have any questions, comments, or concerns, and to also enforce them to put any serious questions, comments, or concerns into writing so that they get addressed in a timely manner. And like culturally, it's ensuring that those async points are hit. That's something that we can achieve as soon as we get those times in.
Yep, I think it's a great suggestion. I don't see why we shouldn't do that. Yep. Thank you so much. Thank you, Saul. All right. Anything else on this one? I see some comments. I mean, I cannot see the comments in the chat at the same time. Okay, so that's the link from Saul. All right. So SIG events updates. Do we have? I think it's sorry. I need to find out. Sorry, I don't know the name of everybody yet. Lara. So is Lara in? I don't think so, right?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
here.
you are. Sorry about that, Lara. Yes.
Yeah, however, I believe Kate is more updated at this moment because for these 3 months, as most of you,
yes.
I have OC3, and therefore, yeah, I'm very sorry to say I'm not extremely, except on OC3, I am very updated on that.
No, that's really fine. I mean, it's actually my fault because I knew about that and I just forgot. So I do have something to talk here. I want to recall everybody about FOSDEN that is coming pretty soon now. We will have a social hour, right? Doing FOSDEN. Mike and Saul will be there and represent the CCC at the Confidential Computing Endeavor Room and the Happy Hour event. So Mike or Saul, do you have anything you want to highlight for the folks here about FOSDEN specifically?
Yeah, so I can speak to a couple of these because I talked with Kate yesterday. So FOSDEM and SOCON are literally in the same week. Those are coming up first week of February. So at FOSDEM, we're doing a social hour and we're calling it, it's like an encryption meetup. So what we've done there is put together a nice little overview of here's where to go. It's in printed form. For FOSDEM, I was very specific. Don't give any collateral that requires connecting to the internet because that is a bad idea at that conference. So they get that physically. Kate has also created a online version of that form to pre-register anyone that we want to highly target and make sure beforehand. I've also said very specifically that registration should close on February 1st so that we can get any of the connections from the EU regulatory event who are important to hopefully attend our happy hour, because that combination makes a lot of sense. So we're really making sure, and we're doing all of our best efforts to make sure that we've got sort of like the big players that'll attend. And I do have one quick sort of question comment, but I think I'll answer it myself. It's probably on me. So for State of OpenCon, I was wondering if you wanted to add any other marketing collaterals. One thing that I will probably be handing out or making sure that we can hand out at booths other than our own as well are nice booklets on confidential computing broadly, about the CCC, and then specifically each of our projects, what they do, involved. I'm going to say, because I'm still waiting on some GitHub commits to be taken, that we hold off on showing off those GitHub repos until they all look standardly and they all look like they sit inside of the CCC. As soon as we do, probably mid-February, I'm going to have printed materials that we can take to all of these. For the pet series, Kate understands more about that. For the OSS series, that looks like it's just a no-brainer because it's no budget. And then OC3, it sounds like we've got a full sponsorship really rolling there. I will add just one more thing that's not on this yet because we haven't confirmed it, but I am trying to get us a free booth at the Linux Fest Northwest, which is right after OSS, primary space developers, and for all nonprofits, it's free exposure. So I will definitely be trying to get us there, and I'll have that on here if we get it through, no cost. So
I have a couple of non-official events in that we're not sponsoring or officially exhibiting. One is KubeCon EU. Sal will be there. I won't be. If anyone else is there, please get together. It's a great place to meet. The second one is I will be at Rocky Mountain Cybersecurity Symposium in a week or two's time. And a number of our members are going to be there and are exhibiting or sponsoring. If you are aware that your company is one of those, and I haven't reached out to you, and I've reached out to all of them that I know about, please get in touch. It would be great to meet up. We're considering actually doing a book signing of my book, if that would be interesting to anyone. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Mike, I just like to add a comment on that summit. So the associate partner opportunity that we are discussing with the organization that will provide us high visibility on the Europe and APAC events, right? North America, we are not focusing because it will conflict with RSA, which is a priority for us. So this is still under discussion because it's a good amount of money to invest in this, even though it will provide us a good visibility. So we are still trying to decide on whether CCC should participate as a strategic partner. All right. So anything else on this one? Let's move on to the talk updates. Talk updates is Mike. I don't think Mike is here, right? Because we went through the role in the beginning in the session. Yeah, we don't have an update for it. We've not see it.
Sorry,
Demo update.
Leonardo, sorry, having a tough time here. Your audio is a little sketchy
Mike.
there.
Go ahead. I mean, do you have any updates for us?
Oh, on the use case report, I have everyone who has responded back to me with an indication of interest. I have handed those off to our contacts at Linux Foundation Research to schedule follow-up meetings. I was hoping that our payment to them included that happening, but I have not gone back and checked with them to see if those have actually started. But let me go back and see what our status is regarding booking of those meetings, and if they haven't haven't started yet, to encourage them to start.
Okay, great. Sounds good. Thank you very much, Mike, for the update. Justin, you have raised your hand.
Yes, just a question regarding the use case report. Where were we to submit our cases?
Hey, Justin, it's Mike Farron Jones. If you'd like to do an interview and have have the folks who are compiling the report, talk with you and get the information on the use case, send me a note, and I will get them booked. I'll put my direct email in the chat.
Great. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Penny, you raised your hand. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, Leonardo. Thank you. What I was gonna say is, at TikTok, we do have multiple use cases, and we would love to get that in. I think last year I also submitted one of the use cases from a project, and this year we have more. So I was going to ask, what kind of collateral are we expecting, and when? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the project timeline is, I don't know, how do I say this? We're in the first phase of the project, which is to collect the names of the people who want to participate and sit for an interview with our folks, our company at the Linux Foundation Research that's doing the work. I was hoping that those were being scheduled right now. It sounds like maybe they're not, and I need to go prod them along to get those happening. After that, we need to get a timeline of when they will be done. So once they get going, I will start putting that project under more close schedule management. But right now, I would say at the current pace, we're probably looking at end of March, best case.
Mike, I'd also note that all of the Linux Foundation employees are currently in an all hands face-to-face pretty much all this week. So you might want to wait until next week before hassling them, just so you'll get more bandwidth, I think. I know it's a pain.
Okay.
Well, at any rate, I think that Vinny volunteered, right, to provide some use cases for this. So if we don't have the TikTok in the list, maybe we should include them.
Yeah, I got a TikTok name that I sent over to them already. So I think we've got them on the list already.
Okay, yeah, that's great. That's exciting. And remember, I think last year we tried to get some use cases and we just got a couple of them, right? So it's great to see that this is getting more traction. Right. Let's move on then. Next one is an update. One. Do you have anything for us this week?
So yeah, I just emailed Kate. I was off for 3 weeks in the new year, and I just got back to work yesterday. So I haven't had the chance to properly so I spoke with Kate right before I left for vacation, and then I just came back. So I don't have an update. Hopefully, I'm trying to get together the folks for next week to give an update for the week after. So don't have anything for this week.
That's perfect. Fine. Everybody needs vacation expense.
One point about the difficulty level. It's a tech engineer audience versus customer. I think we should remember that customer means different things to different people here. For some, if you're for instance Intel or AMD or ARM, a customer means someone like Microsoft. If you're Microsoft, a customer means you'd see that there's the multiple things. We just need to be quite specific about the personas that we're discussing here.
Yeah, I think the focus would be the end users, right? Like I think Microsoft and such have enough visibility here, whoever works with AMD. So yeah, I agree. I think the first focus will definitely be the end user, and especially the engineers. But then, yeah, we'll have to tackle with the business use cases as well.
Great job.
Okay, nice. Let's move on. The next one is the web presence update. We don't have chair for today's special interest group yet. That's my understanding. So we need your help, right? If you are interested in working here, just let us know.
I thought we did. I thought we did have a for the web presence. I think Ijlal, you said you'd do it, right?
Oh,
that's correct.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Joe. I wasn't. I mean, for some reason, I missed that. Sorry.
That's completely fine. But I'm from Canonical, Ijlal, and with Yash, we are going to be taking care of the web presence SIG. We've had a meeting already with Kay to introduce us to some of the main topics we have to focus on. And what you have on the slide is supposed to be the agenda for our next sync with Jen, basically to give us a bit of a handover and overview of what the metrics she's looking after, and then we get started from there.
And Sal, you're engaged with this as well, presumably.
Yeah, so we had just before this just an overview of what we really want to do to move forward. There's two things to this that I think are important. There's the actual deployment of content, and then there's the content. On the deployment side, I've been talking with Rian about making sure that we've got continuous deployment that's tied to GitHub so that all of our process is fully observable and automated. And then with that, adding in a couple of, API things so that no longer do we have to wait for the web to crawl. We just have an API hit out every time we update content. Then thirdly, the blog drip. We're going to try to make a concerted effort to have at least 2 pieces of content out because that's what machines like to read. The first one is typically going to be a sort of general question or something that targets us really well for an audience or an event. That's usually going to come out on Mondays or Tuesdays. And then on Thursdays or Fridays, we should be syndicating the appropriate blogs from our members on the topics that are relevant. And we're starting to pool some of those in. So we know when they're going to be publishing and we can co-publish with them, which is good for us. One last note on that is when we're getting out this blog content from any of the members, all that I'll want or need from you is at least a title and a date of your ideal publication, and hopefully get the content so that we can review it and understand and put hyperlinks into it that are appropriate. But for each of the members, you should have an equal amount of exposure. You have an opportunity as long as you get it to us and we can get it into the calendar for about a 1 to 2 month lead. I'll stop there. What was the question?
Yeah, Sal, since we are in the process of completing the sponsorship, we would like to get a partnership blog with LFCCC, TikTok and LFCCC. So can we get that into works or something?
Absolutely. That's a great idea.
Thank you. Yeah.
Great. Mike, for correct me. Thank you so much again, thanks.
Leonardo, you're very, very difficult to understand. I think you need to turn the gain up on your microphone, maybe.
Okay, is it better now?
That is better, yeah. Or you could turn up the
Yeah.
gain, whatever works, but that is better. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Right, so let me continue here. Thank you very much, Mike, for correcting me about the SIG web presence. I missed that, and thank you, Sal, for the update. Oops. The last thing I have here, and I think that comes together well with what Sal was just mentioning. We have a newsletter, right, from the CCC that goes out every month. We are looking to have more content from the members, in the newsletter for this year. So if you have anything that can be featured in our CCC newsletter, please contact Kate by January 26th. or this Friday, because we are interested to get content from members interested in share with what they have in our newsletter with our newsletter subscribers.
Can you give me a general idea of what kind of content you're looking for there?
Well, I think the newsletter before was mainly focused on reporting results, right? So we're trying to get content from the members. I don't know if we have any specific ideas right now. So Mike, Saul, do you have any comments here?
Yeah, so this is a really specific audience. This is one of the only chances that you have where you have a guarantee that the person that opens the newsletter has some awareness of confidential computing. So it's a very good place to not be putting your general blog post, but any of your updates about your technology, anything that you want. This, right, that a manager who knows what confidential computing is and has a budget for it would want to read and contextualize around. So especially if you've got interesting things coming up in a quarter, things that you want to put more awareness of, it's for that sort of buying class, that market, in my view. So it's your best targeted location for like
Sounds
technical.
great to me. Thank you so much.
All right. So with that, I came to the end of the agenda for today. Does anyone have any other questions, comments, or something you want to discuss today in this meeting?
One comment for the use cases. So as a distribution, Ubuntu offers its confidential VMs on most public clouds. We have metrics that tell us those confidential VMs are increasingly being used, but we don't necessarily know who are the users. So if anybody here is building their solutions with Ubuntu, let us know. We'd love to contribute to your use case. And even without that, just to know who you are and what's the feedback that you have. And you would have also a genuine opportunity to influence the roadmap, because this is for end users. So let us know who you are. If TikTok is on Ubuntu, tell us. If somebody else, tell us.
I love that. And the other thing is that's exactly the sort of thing which people love blog posts about, right? If you could say Canonical, Ubuntu, and X are doing something, you've got a real use case, your marketing people love it, their marketing people love it, we will love it. So yeah, Sal is nodding along, right?
Yeah. Also, this is like a marketing problem in security forever, right? If you've done your job well in certain sectors, you can't know intentionally. A nice way to get around this, I've done this at a previous company. When we had this situation, what you want to do by like end of Q1 this year for your specific company is put out a call for sector specific awards that your end users will then apply to themselves, because then you've already done the dirty work of making sure that they're not just getting marketing, they're coming out for you because they know that they've done this well. Saves you a lot of time. And then you lean on their marketing and their PR, and they get the value because you've given them just a canonical award, which is probably something you pay $5 for on Fiverr because it's just a logo. But for them, very meaningful, and it gives you sector-specific case studies, maybe 3 across the year.
I think I love that. We'll give it a try. I'll let you know how it goes.
Sal, you should be on commission.
Yeah. All right, folks. Anything else for today? Okay, so thank you very much, everybody, for the attendance. Hopefully this wasn't too bad with me chairing this. Kate will be back to the next one, and I'll be there as well.
You did great.
As the co-chair. Thank you very much, Mike. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone.